When you think of Japan, images of Mount Fuji, geishas, and cherry blossoms probably spring to mind. You don't think of sand dunes, camel riding, underwater shrines, and wild horses running along the shore, do you? Yet, this is Japan too. Japan is a fantastic destination for hiking in nature, observing wildlife, and exploring remote islands where time seems to stand still. There is a wealth of destinations to explore beyond the well-trodden paths of Tokyo, Mount Fuji, and Kyoto that I am sure you've never heard of. With Japan experiencing overtourism, the government is taking measures to manage the influx of visitors in these popular areas. Did you hear that a barrier is being raised in front of Mount Fuji in the town of Kawaguchiko to shield its residents from the swaths of tourists? Did you hear that tourists are now banned from Gion, the geisha district in Kyoto? Now, more than ever, I feel like it is my responsibility as a travel agent to share some of the top sites to visit in Japan outside of those touristy spots. In this video, I will introduce you to 5 unique destinations that will surprise you as they are very different from the usual cliches of Japan. I will show you where to travel in Japan to acquaint yourself with a very different perspective on the country. So stay tuned until the end for travel insights from a pro that you won't find anywhere else on YouTube. Sprawling heaps of golden sand rising up in the hot sun on top of a beach. People crossing sand dunes on the back of a camel. You'd be forgiven for mistaking Tottori for the Middle East. However, this is indeed Japan. Located on the western coast of Honshu, Japan's largest island, Tottori City is known for its sand dunes making up the Tottori Desert. These are the largest sand dunes in Japan, covering 30 square kilometers of coast to the north of the city center. The dunes have existed for thousands of years and have always been part of the local folklore. They were formed over the course of 100,000 years as sand transported from the nearby Chugoku Mountains via the Sendai River was deposited into the Sea of Japan. The dunes became a popular tourist destination in the beginning of the 20th century. Today, they attract 1.2 million visitors per year. A short walk away from the dunes stands the Sand Museum, a very unique museum where large sand sculptures from various artists from around the world are on display. Exhibitions usually change annually and last from mid-April to early January the following year. The current theme for this year is France, so if you fancy viewing sand sculptures and riding a camel in Japan, make sure to head over to Tottori. If you're a fan of anime, and especially Ghibli, you may remember the breathtaking, mystical, and moss-covered forest that serves as the setting of Princess Mononoke. That backdrop was actually inspired by the real forests of Yakushima, an Eden-like island in southern Japan. Yakushima is located around 30 minutes by plane from Kagoshima or about 3 hours by plane from Tokyo. When you step out of the plane in Yakushima, you step into an eco-paradise of jaw-dropping landscapes, pristine waters, and diverse wildlife. The climate here is subtropical, and the 195 square mile island is covered by a primary forest. This unique ecology earned Yakushima a UNESCO World Heritage Site designation in 1993. The island attracts 215,000 tourists per year and is a paradise for hikers, featuring some of Japan's oldest living trees. Some trees on the island are more than 1,000 years old, the most ancient of which may be over 7,000 years old. Hiking pilgrimages to see this specific tree are organized by local guides, but be prepared. The The hike takes about 10 hours round trip to complete, and you should leave before dawn in order to finish by sunset. Whether you opt to do this hike or wander leisurely in one of Yakushima's cedar forests, you will stumble upon friendly deer, monkeys, or pheasants. Interesting facts: together, the deer and monkeys outnumber the 13,000 permanent human residents of the island. The monkeys of Yakushima are also very clever, befriending the deers and using them as transportation, much like humans use horses. Yes, you heard that right. The deers tolerate this behavior in exchange for grooming and food. Yakushima's beaches are also the scene of another miracle of nature. This is where, once every year, sea turtles come to lay their eggs, a spectacle you can witness on a turtle watching eco tour in the summer months. So if you're a fan of nature and wildlife, Yakushima may be the perfect spot for you. If you wish to go hiking, but you don't want to go as far as Yakushima, Kamikochi may be a good alternative to consider. Located on the great rural route between Matsumoto and Takeyama, Kamikochi is a popular resort town in the northern Japanese Alps, offering spectacular mountain scenery. One thing to note is that Kamikochi is only open from April 17th to November 15th each year and shuts down for the rest of the year. Kamikochi features luxurious hotels and ryokans where you can stay during your hiking adventure. The hike along the Azusa River is mostly flat and requires little time and no hiking experience, so it's perfect for beginners. Kamikochi is very popular during the fall season when its nature is colored in beautiful shades of red and orange. The area is inhabited by a very lively wildlife, so you may encounter monkeys and various birds on one of your hikes. If you do visit Kamikochi, I recommend staying at the Hotel Shirakabaso in one of their rooms overlooking the beautiful surrounding mountains. Before we continue, if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe. This channel is like fine sake. It ages and gets better with time, so go ahead and show me support by subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, and leaving me a comment. The Oki Islands don't offer anything remotely close to the neons of Tokyo most travelers think about when coming to Japan. Actually, it's quite the opposite. An archipelago of 180 islands off the coast of Matsue, the Oki Islands offer another type of unique array of views that tourists won't find anywhere else. Of the 180 islands, only 4 are inhabited. Here, you will find organic farms, historic islands with a one-of-a-kind ecology, which is a paradise for hikers, and, according to local folklore, the gods' favorite meeting place in the world. Most visitors to Japan never come here, but let me tell you this: it's a secret best kept hidden. The famous Shinkansen bullet train doesn't pass here, so to access these islands, you will need to take a flight or a ferry from Matsue. Here, you will find the most amazing seafood and freshest farm produce you will find in Japan. One of the biggest highlights is Onimai Lookout, featuring 360-degree views of the ocean and Ninoshima Island. Another highlight is Akao Lookout, where wild horses graze peacefully, galloping along the edge of the Sea of Japan, stretching out in front of you. There's so many amazing hiking spots here, including the Daisen Oki National Park. On the trail, you will ponder in front of geological formations looking like works of art. If you're looking to avoid the crowds, the Oki Islands are the place to hike. With a population under 22,000 people, you will find yourself surrounded by oceans and uninhabited islands with no one else around for kilometers. Hasama Underwater Park is nothing like you'd expect. It has nothing to do with your typical run-of-the-mill water park. Located 2 hours from central Tokyo, Hasama is a praised diving spot with a very unique selling point for divers and tourists alike. This is Japan, after all. It features the only underwater shrine in the world. Yes, you heard that right. If you're a diver, you're in luck. The shrine is surrounded with whale sharks, sunfish, and other exotic marine wildlife that will help you do the tour. The shrine was installed at the base of the Hasama Sea as a part of the Susaki Shrine in 1996 to protect the sea. And wait, there's more. And you won't believe it. The underwater park features an area where you can grab a cup of coffee. How is this done, you ask? Near the shrine, you will find an underwater dome with oxygen. Here, you will find a tumbler with coffee in it. If this is not the coolest place in the world to have coffee and even better than Starbucks, I don't know what is. And that's it for this video. I hope this episode gave you insights and ideas on new places to explore in Japan. I also hope you gained a new perspective on the land of the rising sun, far from the cliches that attract most tourists. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell to never miss a video drop. Please leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.